My truck just slid on the ice. That is not good. Oh, jeez. Hi, guys. So this is kind of the end of our trip here. This is day 9 for me. We'll be leaving tomorrow morning. We're back here at the Tin Cantina, and I've got some water issues. If you could see up here by this ladder, everything is dripping. We've got snow melting off the roof. We've got downspouts running all the way to the water tank in the back. This cabin is on rainwater. And downspouts just aren't meant to be on that low a slope. They need to have more pitch to them. We're gonna take the downspouts down, Ray is, and he's gonna replace them. Got this like Schedule 35 plumbing pipe here and some fittings, so we're gonna glue them together, then it'll be waterproof and run that off into the tank. We can take a look up there real quick. Look at that, right as I was talking to you guys, my truck slid about a foot sideways. That'll tell you how steep this hill is. I've been driving up this hill all week. I haven't hardly slid once, but this might be the end of it. So when we come around the back of the cantina here, you can see this is our big water tank. This is a 2,500 gallon tank, and it's buried about half underground to keep it from freezing. It's black plastic, so UV won't get into it. This is a Norwesco tank. Keeps it a little warmer so it doesn't freeze. You can see our kind of janky run of downspouts. The green is the overflow. Then it kind of comes up here, and we have the outlet from the gutter tied into it. It just kind of runs through the whole porch and picks up the other gutter over there, so it's almost flat. But this fitting in particular right here in the middle is just dripping all over the deck, and it's been splashing the bottom of this door, and it's just making kind of a mess. So we're gonna fix that today. So Ray's gonna set you guys up on time lapse. He's gonna take care of that for me, and I'm gonna run over to the other cabin. Like I say, today is kind of a water day, and I've got an overflow issue with our backup tank. I'll go over there and explain it to you in a minute. Let's get him going and we'll go talk at the other cabin. All right, we're here at the other cabin. This is the Sunset Ridge, the first cabin we did, the big one. This one is also on rainwater. So this cabin has right here, that's the lid for it, a 1,500 gallon tank buried underneath, which is not huge. Like we just said, we got 2,500 at the other cabin to be sure it's enough, and that's much smaller. This one has a full bath, another half bath, a washer and dryer. That other one is just a full bath and no washer and dryer. You can see right here, one of the downspouts comes in. There's another one over on the corner there. So we get the entire front porch drains into this tank. There's a line next to it. I'll show you what that does. We'll go around the back here. It's a 4-inch PVC line. You can barely see it underneath there. That goes under the cabin into that tank from right here. So this is where the downspout drains the back of the roof into that tank as well. We ran out of water a few times, so I installed this. We call it the auxiliary tank. This is a 1,000-gallon tank that one downspout off the screen porch fills. And the water runs from the very top of the roof down. So that's probably a third of the main roof that's draining into that tank. So this is the stuff that I lay awake at night and think about, is that this tank, this 1,000 gallons, like right now, that tank is full all the way. The main tank in the front that we've been using is probably only half full because we've been taking showers and all the things, and it was like, 6 below when we got here. So right now that entire roof is melting off. There's quite a bit of snow on it and water to be had, and it's going into this main tank in the front. But because that one's full, all the water running down the back of that roof, which is quite a bit of square footage, is going out to overflow here into the creek. So right down here, sticking out somewhere, we could find it. You guys probably can't see it, but right down here in the bank is the overflow for the main tank. And so I had this idea that the overflow from the auxiliary tank, if you're following me, should connect to the inlet on that PVC going under the cabin that we use to drain the auxiliary tank. We need the water. We're going to put the overflow into it. So in a situation like now where the main tank's only half full and there's water coming out that overflow, it'd go into the main tank and help fill it. In the event that you need the water in the auxiliary, you just have to switch the hoses. Hope this makes sense. So I'm going to go down to the front, and I need to grab some treated lumber, make a couple stakes. I kind of got an idea in my head on how it's going to go, and we'll come back up here and see if we can get it installed. So you can see here, this downspout is what fills this tank. It's a little icy. And so this is the overflow, full of ice. As this tank fills up and it gets to the top, it all comes out of here, and I just pulled it out of the creek. It was down there in the creek. This hose here, also full of ice, goes on the bottom of this tank, and we open this valve and it shoots off into here. So really all we need to do for now is get an end that will thread onto that for this hose, and it'll work fine. The problem is both these hoses were drooped down like this and plugged up. So this one was still hooked up, and the valve and the inlet here are both higher than the ground. So it sits like a sink trap full of water. It freezes up right now, and even if it's hooked up, it's not working. This should have got taken off. I'm not sure who hooked it up last, but needs to get taken off, drained for the winter, and put somewhere where it's free and clear. Otherwise you come to use it and you can't. So I'm gonna go ahead and try and get the ice out of this line. I'm gonna pull it a little straighter, put an end on it that will hook to this inlet, and then I think I'm gonna throw a couple stakes in here. Boy, I might even do it on the house. But I want something that I can put like a solid PVC pipe on an angle that this one will slide inside, and it will just hold it so it doesn't droop and sag and stay full of water. That's the plan. Jury's out if it'll actually work, but I think it'll be fine. I just got a 10-foot piece of pipe. It's not a real big deal. I think it'll work out well. So I'm gonna grab a couple tools out of the truck and come beat some stakes in the ground. All right, I think putting these stakes in will be a better idea than trying to screw it to the siding. I don't want the holes in the siding, and if all this freezes up and turns into a mess, then won't be running down the house and causing a leak problem. A 10-foot pipe, it might be too long. I could put a brace across if I need, but those will hold. Lots of practice doing that. All right, let's get the pipe. Okay, let's get the front one on first, I guess. Oh, come on. That one didn't want to come out. All right, so I'm gonna try and hold that up just perfect. All right, so far so good. So I'm gonna drag this thing out in the sun. It is so shady on the back of this cabin. It wants to come out. Nothing is ever gonna thaw. We get it out in the sun. Give her a rough cut here. Oh boy. Perfect. Perfect-ish. All right, now all I need to do is hook this end out. Oh! Probably shouldn't have drained all that water right where I need to sit. So, I don't know if I got the right pieces. That'll thread on there, and I can put a hose clamp, but that's a bit of a problem. Problem is when somebody has to take this off, maybe if we just catch a couple threads, we can unscrew it. It's better with a sump pump fitting that swivels, and I bought one. Might be too big. It's gonna involve a grinder and throwing out the hose, and this is a $2 fitting versus a $50 sump pump hose. Let's go take a look at it. It's in the truck. So here's a sump pump hose. Might be a little bit smaller, not much. So I'm gonna have to do something janky anyways. I could go get this, like a 2 to 1.5 inches, like a reducer with a barbed fitting so that the hose clamps would fit on there better. Maybe a mission coupling. I might run to the hardware store. I feel like I should give this one shot at the hardware store before I give up and start cutting expensive hoses apart. All right, I'm back. This is the tail end of our trip. And so I went to the store, we came back to eat lunch. Just ate like a piece of ham with mustard and a hot dog bun, because that's kind of what we're down to. Come on. Put it together, there we go. Okay, so I got this janky concoction of fittings. Of course, the glue, you can never open these glues. I'm gonna glue them all together. It's not ideal. I tried to get some kind of like a mission coupling. It's not gonna work, is it? Nope, BRB. 5-in-1 Sharpie chisel. There we go. Got her. So as I was saying, I wanted like a mission coupling or something on this so that I could like take it off with no tools, and I just couldn't make it happen. C4 regular bodied CPVC cement. It's not even a right glue. Ask me how much I care. Rainwater overflow with no pressure, and if it leaks. Anyways, I couldn't make it happen so that this could be done toolless. Just have to take a screwdriver and pull a couple hose clamps off that sump pump hose where it's gonna go on this barbed fitting. Not too serious an ordeal. All right, I need a couple minutes to dry. Orange glue all over the picnic table. Did that out of the tailgate of my truck. So that'll screw on to that intake. Black sump pump hose will come on over here with a barbed fitting. Hopefully we got enough room to the PVC pipe without causing a problem. Let's go try her out. I was buying big things of glue, and like when my dad and I were here and we did all that plumbing underground, I brought a big thing of it. We used it all up and all the scraps, and now Ray's over there gluing some stuff together, and we had a little can that I bought for some stuff in the bathhouse. It'll be gone by the time he's done, so I bought a little can for my project here. But when I try to keep the big ones and you don't come back for a month or two, or maybe you're not doing plumbing when you are back here, they just dry up and they're no good. At the point, buy a $15 jar, you could buy a $6 jar. It's a lot cheaper by volume for the big ones, but I wind up throwing most of them out anyways. Slide that up a little. Probably cut that off again. Okay. I don't really want to sit in the mud, but I'm gonna do it anyways. Your overflow's dripping already. That's good. Oh, she wants to go on there. Every time I push on it, it like makes the hose go smaller. Maybe it needs a little relief. Oh, there's a lot of water coming out of there now. Thawed her out good. We're just gonna put a little cut in there. Put 2 hose clamps on for good measure, just to piss off whoever has to take it off and doesn't have the right tools. All right, well, she ain't pretty, but it'll do the trick. Might raise that up just a little bit. I feel like that's still too low. It's gonna freeze up. Yeah, can you see what I'm talking about? This is, right there is lower than here. So I think we need to raise this one up just a little. There we go. Bob's your uncle. A lot of you got uncles named Bob. All right, I'll run this back down to the shed and the garbage. That's literally end of my jobs for this 10-day trip. Those guys are finishing up those downspouts. I'm gonna try and put a guy brace on the chimney from that little pellet stove, but there's still ice and snow on the roof, so I'm not sure we're gonna get it done. George is gonna try and brush it off and see. I can see it from here, but I think that's gonna have to wait for another trip, which is fine too. Let's go see what they're up to. Well, let's see how they did. While I was putzing around my job, and then the HVAC guy showed up and got carried away. They're already done and gone, actually on their way home. Man, this looks awesome. Here they got this white line in place of those black downspouts, much more rigid, much more waterproof. Runs all the way down to the other downspout, no leaks, and the deck's almost dried out already. That is awesome. It's getting a little windy out here today. Supposed to be like 50-mile-an-hour winds tomorrow, but we'll be out of here in the morning. So that's the end of this trip here. Got all our water systems hooked up. It was an important part of what I wanted to get done here, but all the work on the bathhouse and trying to get a roof on that, get everything ready for the other contractors. We got that stuff done first, but I'm thrilled that we could get this done as well. You know, especially down there on the Squatch Hollow, or up there, capturing all the water we can is kind of a big deal. So I think we got her licked. We'll see you on the next one.